What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to the Arsenal-Tottenham North London derby review video and post-match analysis video. What did you think of the game? Was the draw a fair result? And can any of these teams finish in the top 4? I think at the moment it looks like Liverpool and Manchester City are just miles ahead any other team in the Premier League. I mean, Liverpool are already 7 points ahead of Manchester United, Arsenal and Manchester United, Tottenham and Chelsea, and Liverpool are 5 points ahead of Arsenal. And at this rate, this will get ugly. And I think if there is one season where a smaller team, somebody like Everton or Wolves or even Leicester City could get into the top 6, it's this season, because Manchester United, Chelsea and even Arsenal are in a transitional period. Tottenham not so much, but Tottenham have a lot of issues defensively. They have quite a few injuries. I think this was a very entertaining, great game of football because both teams' defenses are just really not good enough. In the first half, Tottenham were the better team. They raced into a 2-0 lead. Granit Xhaka, how silly he is. He absolutely butchered Heung-min Son to get a Stonewall, to give away a Stonewall penalty, and Heung-min Son also could have scored 1 or 2 goals today. Leno made some terrific saves, but Leno was at fault. In my opinion, that's a big goalkeeping error, how he parries the ball straight to Eriksen, just saying to him, come on mate, just score into the empty net. I was absolutely furious with that, because like a top-class goalkeeper wouldn't make a save like that, just parrying it into the opposition's player's path. But this Arsenal team actually reminded me of the Liverpool side of 13-14 and in Jurgen Klopp's early years, because Arsenal have a fantastic, terrific front three with Aubameyang, Lacazette and Nicolas Pepe. They will score a lot of goals, and I thought Lacazette's goal was top class. It was just an absolute thing of beauty. His first touch is sublime, his second touch is mesmerizing. It's wonderful how he takes it past the defender. Vertonghen can't tackle him, otherwise it's a penalty, and then he smashes it into the near post corner. A really ruthless goal. And by the way, Harry Kane now scores against Arsenal once again. I think in 10 games he scored the 10 goals or something like that, but in recent seasons his goals came from penalties, so I'm not sure how much credit Harry Kane should get. And he looks a shadow of a player who usually scores 25 goals this season. Harry Kane doesn't really look as sharp, but I think mainly because Tottenham were a little bit in disarray in the first part of the season, with all the rumors that Eriksen could leave, but it looks like Eriksen stays. And I think both teams could have scored easily 3, 4, even 5 goals today. The way that Rose dilly-dallies on the ball before you know, the Lacazette goal was just silly to me. He should have really cleared it earlier. In the end, Arsenal get the ball back and Lacazette scores fantastically, and also Aubameyang scores a brilliant goal in the second half. And in the second half, Tottenham were hanging on. Arsenal, I think, on the second half performance, they might have deserved to win this game, but because VAR ruled out the third Arsenal goal because of an offside, and it was a right call because it was an offside. Kolasinac was offside before he passed into the middle, and I think it was an own goal by a Tottenham centre-back to make it 3-2. The Arsenal fans were celebrating, but VAR ruled it out. And this is the thing with VAR now. You can't really celebrate a goal too much. You have to wait until VAR gives it or not. And I think Heung-min Son on another day could have scored 2 or 3 goals today. He was really in fine form, and I think that Heung-min Son really should have found the back of the net. Leno made some good saves. Also, Guendouzi was outstanding. This kid is just 20 years old and he plays like he has been playing in the Premier League for like 5 years. He looks very mature, very composed for his age. And also Guendouzi could have scored easily in the second half. But Harry Kane also hits the post, which was a little bit unlucky for him, and it could have been a very, very different game. If that Harry Kane shot goes in, it's 3-1 Tottenham, and I think that's game over. I'm not sure if Arsenal could have scored 2 goals, but Guendouzi gives a brilliant assist to Aubameyang, who just glides past his marker, the centre-back, Tottenham centre-back, not sure who it was. I think it was Vertonghen, and he just toe pokes it into the near post. And the Tottenham's defending was all over the place. They sold Kieran Trippier, and with Aurier not in favour, I'm not sure why, they started Davinson Sanchez at right back, and that's really weird to me, because Davinson Sanchez is a centre back, and I'm not sure why they did that. I think they would have been better off maybe starting Davies as a right back, or somebody who is naturally a fullback. Nicolas Pepe also had a glorious chance at 2-2 in the 77th minute, which he blasted wide. Nicolas Pepe reminds me of a winger who is he has a lot of raw talents. He has pace, he has dribbling ability, he has trickery, he can go past people, but his final ball and his decision making in front of goal is just lacking. But I think that comes with experience, and in my opinion we should give Nicolas Pepe maybe 1 or 2 seasons, and then he will really flourish in the Premier League. The Premier League is a lot harder than the French League, obviously it's a lot higher quality, and also Nicolas Pepe needs to be more clever in the final third and make the right decisions, and that will come with experience. He's a young player, but Arsenal's front line looks very, very exciting. What Arsenal need is a really good defense and a defensive midfielder who can shield the back four. I don't want to compare Arsenal and Liverpool, but you feel that Arsenal are at a stage that if they sign the top-class goalkeeper, a top-class centre-back and a top-class defensive midfielder, I mean, look at Liverpool, we have Alisson, Van Dijk and Fabinho. That spine through the goalkeeper, defense and midfield really could elevate Arsenal into top 4 territory, and they could even challenge for the title, because their front line is good enough to score a lot of goals. And if they just tightened up defensively, then Arsenal could be onto great things. I mean, Arsenal's attack, in my opinion, is the 3rd best in the Premier League now. Yeah, I rank Arsenal's attack even more than Tottenham's attack, and I rank, of course, Arsenal's attack way more than Chelsea's or Manchester United's attack. But that's you know, obvious, pretty obvious so far. But I think Harry Kane is a great striker, and Heung-min Son is also a great player. But they are not as good, the two of them together, as Lacazette and Aubameyang together. They are just goals galore, and I mean, they could have scored even more goals today. So overall, this has been a brilliant weekend full of Premier League football. I thoroughly enjoyed watching the games. The Everton-Wolves game was also a thriller. It was 2-1 already after 11 minutes, believe it or not. And in the end, you know, Wolves equalized, but Everton won it through Richarlison, who got a double, and Everton are now actually in the top 4 in the Premier League. So Everton, Leicester, and I think teams like Wolves will be pushing Manchester United and Chelsea and Arsenal for that top 4 place. And at this rate, Tottenham are not nailed on for the top 4, and there has been a lot of talk around Tottenham coming from the Tottenham camp that they are going for the title this season. What an absolute nonsense. They are already 7 points behind Liverpool, and they are miles behind Liverpool and Man City. I'm sorry, but Tottenham in individual games, they can do it, but over the course of the season they are just not consistent enough. Their defense still has a lot of issues, and attacking wise Harry Kane can have off games, and then Tottenham are in trouble. So Harry Kane only scored like 2 goals now in 10 Premier League games or something like that, so he doesn't have a great record recently. And Tottenham also have something like 16 points from 16 games or something like that in the Premier League, so they don't have a very, very good return. But yeah, let me know what do you think about the top 4 race, the title race, and also what do you think of the North London derby. It was really enjoyable to watch. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. See you later. Goodbye.